every single day I've been not only telling everyone exactly where it's going to go so that it can reverse there to get to the next target, but it's been leading into the next day every day. Like we're like, okay, so this plan that I reiterate maybe about, I don't know, 50 times throughout the day, and I say it at least once every hour, maybe twice every hour. I keep reiterating the positioning, the plan for anyone that wants to be exposed to the institutional plan and agenda. Yesterday was a plan where we could see at the beginning of the day that it ultimately was going to end up higher, and they made it very difficult for ordinary people. It just means that there's such a small window for people to end up getting lucky on it. And if people are going to trade blindfolded and randomly anyways, like, we can say statistically, if we spend a certain amount of time in a range, there's a very high likelihood that most people are going to end up in it because their strategies will tell them to trade there. Just because they have that time to trade, they think it's a good time, and that could be really dangerous. Coming back down to this gold bar was the 61. Like, it was a 61% retracement of this move, where on Thursday and on you know, this is literally where I was saying to buy into it. I made videos on it and everything. I said to hold from that day, hold from that. This was the day where there was a decent hedge. You can see that hedge right there, came right back down. Why was it a hedge? Because everybody worked really hard to be exposed to the upwards targets from that week, from that low. You know, we had this drawn in from the day that it was there. Also on Monday, it was very clear that this was the downwards move that we were going for. Let's take a look at some of the posts that I posted in the chat when like at the end of the day yesterday. Like, this is what I posted. So October 7th, this is what I posted. This is the first one of the day, and it was at 3:04 p.m. And I didn't post anything until we got down to here, eh? You can see those two gold lines are in there, and that was the 61. That was when we made that 61, today's low at the 61. And I was like, hopefully you didn't have to wait till the middle on the daily to see the value in holding long. Watch the videos I've made. Every single high has been a hedge, not a short, because you're supposed to be able to hold through this. We're at the 61 from Thursday's low. All of the lows from last week still hold. And that's these ones in here. All of those lows with this arrow, everything like that, all those videos that I made on it, they all still hold. The next picture. And we were, you know, working our way towards the break of the red yellow line. You know, we had this on here as well, and I was like, long trades taken today are in the middle of the long term. Holders from last week's hard work will be the winners in the situation. The short sellers of today are excited about a move that will double against them. I'm like, literally, they were all excited about something that got wiped out, and I could see that from a mile away. Then I said, today's lows were made to take people's long trades from the bottom today and hold them through the range. Like they did, they literally followed my plan. The sellers of today will be made into suckers. Holders of last week are winners. That's why each video I made was on hedging. Oh yeah, these are the two videos, you know, what hedging looks like and stuff. Like all of these moves and everything. Yeah, it's beautiful. This was the next picture. We're getting close. This is 4:02 p.m. and I'm explaining at the end of the day, literally here, reiterating it. The moves down today was for slow people that can't hold actual long trades from clear lows. They made it so you have to be long from a previous low to endure today's movement. Just think about it, a test of integrity, you know? Oh, and then I also said this. Remember the arrows I drew from last week lows. That's what I was calling everyone that freaking didn't see it as I saw it. I made it literally clear. We will come back to attack the highs from above. And these are the lows of last week I said to hold from the start, making a distance as far as this one on the break of the trend, and the minimum this one. That was the minimum. At the minimum, we will make that one. We made that one. Then the next one, I mentioned here. And then we got, these are the lows of last week that I said to hold from the start. Check it out. You know, that was the chart that we're looking at now. The highs of the most recent chart are worth more to those that saw it as a hedge trade. If you see it done any other way, I don't understand. You know, it's literally like that. And then I mentioned arrows are all in the videos for last week. I can tell it's a matter of working against that average human intellect for those. And I'm like literally trying my hardest to make sure that you can see that I'm serious. Like, I want to make sure my point is heard because I am that freaking serious about it. I'm like, you're gonna go against the average human intellect? I'm like, you can't. I have the audacity to say that. I'm like, literally, I must know what I'm doing, you know? At the end of the day, it's like, for the people of the future, I suppose, because everybody quit, and I was like, it's nuts. More people should be happy about it. then I find actually happy about it. So be it. Between me and God and those that have the time for me, you can see I have explained to hold through this. You know, personally, I look at today's movement against long traders from last week's low and today. People come in trying to latch onto that trade, catching only the lows. It meant a 61% retracement from last week's lows, and the struggle for what should have been holding and hedging, like I made 2 videos on. They will wish they had the time to make the decisions on that information. Instead, make your own strategy, right? Because that's out there to all those traders in the world that think that you can come up with your own freaking reason to get to 2 + 2 = 4. I'm like, no, there's one way to do it. And it's the right way. Everybody learns that way. Except this is an industry where they don't want you to know the best way to do it. So they let you come up with your own way. They let you come up with 2 + 2 = 4 on your own. And you come up with your own strategy. And I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, stupid. There's one right way to see it. And it was this way. And I made it very, very clear. And I was like, see it for yourself. I made the videos on last week's hedge traders that were interested in holding long. And then we like, that was this chart right here. Like, I literally, like, look at where we were. Today's low at the 61. Isn't that incredible? You know? And after all of what I said, I'm like, I couldn't be more serious about it. And then we started the day. We were here, chart from yesterday, smashing this from above with the post in there to show that's what we did. Like, there's not a hedge fund in the world that wouldn't want me to make that plan for them. You know that, right? Like, literally every single institution would say, wow, I can't believe that it was that clear to this guy. All those posts were like 3:30 and after. I was like, the whole day, it was wrong to be long. But the thing is you had to finish it with a long trade to get today for free. And now what have you had to do if you're holding from yesterday? If you're long from yesterday, you don't have to do anything today other than hedge if you wanted to. It's an option. And if you need to see it happen 25 more times before you jump in on it, I'm like, all right, I'm not afraid of tomorrow.